Welcome to Thursday, the 9th of February 2023. My name is Jimmy Bradbury. I help people create online businesses around what they already know, their knowledge, their expertise, their wisdom, on any really given topic. It could be a hobby, it could be a skill set, it could be a profession, something that you already know that you think could help other people. I help them to package it, I help them to promote it, and I help them to build an online business around what they already know. And I've been doing that for the last 5 years after I left 25 years in the corporate world. One of the things that I talk about a lot, which I believe is really important in business, is that we work with clients that we really love working with. And one of the key things for me when working with clients, because I'm very selective, I'm fortunate to be in that position now, very selective with the kind of clients that I work with, because for me, it really is important with coaching. At the end of the day, you get transformation. You get a result for your client. And one of the big components for me in working with clients is that they give me feedback. They give me what I call 360-degree feedback. It's a known term. I haven't created that, but it's a known term. And I have to remind myself that when I work with clients, I get 360-degree feedback from them, because I think that's the only way that we grow. And I know a lot of people see it as being very vulnerable doing it. They see it as maybe an attack, not an attack, but a challenge on their ego. For me, absolutely not. I encourage and I love feedback, both from my team and also from my clients. So I say that today because I just got off a 3-hour coaching session with a client today, 3 hours. I don't do that every week with clients, but this is a quarterly review. So that's his paper that he put together. That's his quarterly review, which gives me a great foundation to be able to have the call. I've taken off the name here, obviously, for confidentiality. But in the middle of it is a whole 360-degree feedback from me on how I've been doing in coaching him. Some of the things in it I really need to improve on. And I think that's absolutely fantastic when you're working with clients. I encourage it, I embrace it. I think it's fantastic that we get this feedback from our clients, because it is the only way that we're going to grow. And in stepping through the process, now maybe you know this already, I have 5 or 6 steps that I like to work through with clients. Is this. So number 1, obviously teach, train, share the roadmap, give them that vision of where it is they're trying to get to. Because when we're working with people, at the beginning, we must try and help them with the clarity, because sometimes it's not clear what it is they're trying to achieve. I know that sounds a little bit amazing, but it is true. When people come to work with me and they want to get online, sometimes they're not really clear. And the beginning is understanding why they want to do it, and just being clear about what it is they're trying to achieve. What is their outcomes? What are their goals? So teaching them and helping them understand that is really important. Explaining them is number 2. Explaining the route, the roadmap, how it is they're going to get from where they are today to where they want to be. Explaining in that detail. And I think sometimes, and I fall foul of this, and I know a lot of people do, and I've had to work on this many, many times, is that sometimes we suffer from what I call the curse of knowledge. So in my case, I know how to build an online business. I know how to come out of a 9-to-5 job. I know how to build my own businesses. In both of those, trading my time for money. And then I know how to go into the third part, which is leaving that time for money behind, whether it's working for somebody else as an employee or working for yourself as an employer, but all of the time trading your time for money, paycheck, salary, fee, to go into that space where you can actually create an online business where you're, as I said yesterday, earning multiple streams of income, and you're not relying on just one source of income, trading time for money. But I know how to do that, and sometimes I'm feeling that everybody else knows that. And that's that curse of knowledge I talk about, because the reality of it is, when people come to me to want to create an online business, most of them don't know. That's, I guess, why they come to me, to coach them on how to do it. So we have to explain in a way that takes you, who's explaining it, back to the beginning of your journey, and think about how they are when you once were like that, and coach them in a kind of almost like a rudimentary way, but always explaining in the, sometimes the very basic details so that they get what it is you're teaching. So that's number 2. Number 3, that they're learning. They're learning from what it is you're teaching, what you're explaining. That really is important. Number 4 is to get them to understand. So you can learn, but if you don't actually understand what it is you're being taught, then you're not going to move very far. So getting them to ask for confirmation, getting them to respond in a way that sometimes is not, it's more open-ended, that question that you're asking them. So you're getting them to explain rather than say yes or no. Do you understand that? Sometimes, you might get yes, but they don't really understand it, and maybe they're embarrassed to say it. So you need to get that open question so that it gives them more than just an open yes or no. Hope that makes sense. Number 5 is to apply then. Obviously, the most important thing, you can teach, you can explain, people can understand, they can learn, but if they don't actually apply it, then they're not going to move forward. So in my case, with my clients, they can create online courses or an online coaching program or an online membership program. They can create all of that, but unless they actually launch it and get it out into the open and get people to buy, then they're not really applying the full knowledge of what you're coaching them in. So really getting them to apply is really important. And then for me, the final piece is that accountability. For me, that 360-degree feedback that I look for through things like this. When we do quarterly reviews, that I get a section in it where the client, my client, is actually challenging me to get to the next level. And I do that also with my team. So that's really important. And I encourage people, if you don't do it and you're working with clients and customers, start doing it, because it's the only way that you'll be able to get to the next level in your business, whatever it is you do. So hopefully that's been helpful for you today. Remember, if you're working with clients and you want to get better yourself, the only way to do that is to get your clients to give you good, honest, clear, and concise feedback. Not woolly, really clear, concise. Sometimes you might like it, but as long as it's constructive and as long as it's going to help you, then it really will help you when you apply it and take it to the next level. Hopefully that's been helpful for you today on this Thursday, the 9th of February 2023. If you need to know more about me, my website is Jimmy, Jimmi, Bradbury.com. Get lots of content from me on free content, my courses and programs, testimonials, a lot about what I do, helping people move from that 9 to 5 where they're stuck trading their time for money to create an online business that gives them much more time and financial freedom to do the things that we really want to do in life. After all, isn't that what life is about? Hopefully that's been helpful for you today, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.